Hello, I'm Tim Krul. Welcome to Norwich City Central.
Hello everybody, Lewis, Norwich City Central, and welcome to another match preview on the channel. Norwich versus Arsenal. Unai Emery, why couldn't you have waited a couple of days later to be sacked? Absolutely gutted. I feel like Norwich would have had a much better chance of winning this game if Emery was still at the club. In this preview, we're going to be talking about Arsenal, talking about Norwich, and how Norwich can beat Arsenal. Can we build on our good momentum after a 2-0 win against Everton? Let's hope so. Love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. And let's talk about Arsenal first. Obviously, Emery's been sacked. Arsenal hadn't won any of their last 7 games, which was a terrible record. I think this was Arsenal's worst record since 1992. And I'd have been going to Carrow Road really confident that Norwich City would have been able to get at least a point or a win. And I'm still confident we can get something, but obviously it's going to be a lot harder now. Arsenal in their last Premier League game played against Southampton, who are one of our relegation rivals at home, and they were dreadful. Southampton should have won that game, and Emery's had a real problem with motivating the players. They did well in the first season, but Arsenal have really struggled, and obviously they lost in the Europa League last night. They're just a team who the players are lacking confidence, but with a new manager that can probably change. The Arsenal players are probably going to be more motivated, definitely going to be more motivated for this game, of course. With Freddie Ljungberg in charge now, and the players are going to want to prove a point as well. When a manager gets sacked, normally the team does quite well in the couple of games after because they want to prove a point. And I feel like players like Aubameyang, Lacazette, who kind of came out and said they wasn't too keen on Unai Emery, they're going to want to prove a point, and I think their attitude's going to improve. So I think we're going to see an Arsenal team, and we're going to see players with a much better attitude, which will be worrying for us. Of course, Arsenal's danger man, you want to look at their front line. Lacazette is a very dangerous player, and of course Aubameyang scores most of his goals away from home. And Aubameyang and Lacazette as a strike force is one which is very, very deadly. One of the best strike forces in the league. Mesut Ozil as well, if he can find his form again under a new manager, then he's a fantastic player on his day. And Arsenal's weakest areas is probably the centre-backs, conceding far too many goals. But players like David Luiz, Kieran Tierney, their attitudes are probably going to improve. Emery, you could have waited a couple of days longer, and Norwich's chance of winning this game is going to be significantly less likely, but you never know. As for Norwich, of course, winning against Everton, that was a fantastic win, a 2-0 win, and a win which was really unexpected. Norwich City hadn't won a game since Manchester City all the way back on the 15th of September, and 2 months is a long time in football. We've had some dreadful away results, but it was great to see us get a win, and the whole team played fantastic. Tim Krul, who I think has been our player of the season so far, made a couple of brilliant saves, but as a defensive unit we were so much more cohesive, and we built out from the back and had some great amazing attacks. Christoph Zimmermann, what a man. His leadership, you can just tell on the pitch, is so important, especially to this young back four. Max Aaron, Sam Byram, and Ben Godfrey all put in great shifts, and I'd like to see Sam Byram play against Arsenal. He's been fantastic in the games he's played this season. Tete and Tribal seems a midfield combination who on first you might think is defensive, but they definitely protect our defence, and we've been conceding far too many goals, and Tete and Tribal are good at blocking them. Kenny McLean replaced Emi Buendia in the midfield, and I'd like to see the same team again. Kenny McLean was great in the air, great at connecting the midfield and the attack, and we've got 3 very dangerous attackers. Timu Pukki, he needs to start scoring goals. His work rate's been excellent. He just can't really get many goal scoring opportunities, but I'm sure he will score very, very soon, and the Pukki party will be back. Onel Hernandez's pace is deadly, and in the last few games we've always looked for Onel Hernandez, and his pace could cause some problems against Arsenal. And Todd Cantwell, what a man. Fantastic against Everton, absolutely phenomenal. It wasn't just his goals, his work rate was second to none. Creativity was excellent, and some of the defensive tackles he made was brilliant. So we've got a team who look far more confident. Of course, this is going to be a tough game, and Norwich fans were dreading it after our loss to Watford, and now a lot more positive after a win against Everton. It's still going to be a tough game, but I don't know. I feel like with Zimmermann at the back now, I think there's a bit more of a solidarity and a bit more of a confidence we can go and win games. So that's my thoughts. Of course, Norwich's chances are going to be significantly harder. Norwich's chances of winning is going to be significantly harder, but Norwich can still build on their momentum, and the fact that Freddie Ljungberg's just come in, are they going to be tactically, he's not going to be able to get his tactics across to the Arsenal players, so I feel like the Arsenal players are going to be more motivated, but are they going to be tactically astute? I'm not so sure. How do we beat them? If Unai Emery was in charge, I would say attack, because Arsenal's defence is absolutely woeful and they concede far too many goals. but I still thought we should attack. Arsenal's defence is still relatively weak, and even with their new manager and the fact that they're probably going to be tighter and better defensively, I still feel like we need to attack, and I feel like attack's going to be the best form of defence, because if we sit back and be cautious like we were against Manchester United, they'll be able to pick us off. And of course, when we play Manchester United with their away record, it was a great chance to beat them, and when we looked cautious, we looked timid, made a couple of defensive errors, but we didn't attack them enough. And if we can attack against Arsenal, cause them problems, Todd Cantwell running in behind, Onel Hernandez's pace causing all problems, I think we can get a result. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Subscribe to Norwich City Central. Can't wait to be going to Carrow Road and almost at 3,000 subscribers. So thank you for all your support. And yes, I'll see you later.